Okay, so I think this is going to be the last video that I do today. I don't know. I just keep going. I have work to do for school, but for my job. But I'm just so into this exposing people that I'll just keep going. Okay, so on the computer screen are the words quartz crystal. Quartz Crystal is a YouTuber who talks about the Matrix and how it's set up. And when I first watched a couple of her videos, I was intrigued because I was hoping to find another source player. She claimed to be a source player. And well, let me listen, and I'll tell you what I have to say about Quartz Crystal.
Made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you. Greeting.
Okay, please consider making a contribution. Okay, fine. I mean, I'm not selling my books. I mean, my books the first two are on Amazon. When I started, I thought I could, make some money and leave my job. But it quickly dawned on me that the system is set up purposely for people not to leave their jobs, and those who get out, or they have to start their own business, or they have to do something, move to another country where there's no taxes. You got to do something. But in this world, you have to work. Me, I don't believe in working. I work a lot. I get home every night at 10:30. Get up a little before 6 o'clock. I'm working hard, so those who automatically jump to the conclusion that, well, he's lazy, you're just being a fool. The philosophy of work on this planet is just stupidity. Okay? People are just being dumbed down. The only thing that you should have to do, okay, is grow your own food. That should be the only job that you have. Okay, grow your own food, or you do something to provide a trade. Okay, but that's where we are. And so when I saw Quartz Crystal, when I started watching videos, I was intrigued. But there was a point. There are a couple of things that she said that were just like, whoa. So those are the woes we want to explore in this video.
Greetings, everyone. This video is going to start with how the Matrix came to be and how we got here. This all starts with Source. Nothing can exist outside of Source, because Source is in and through everything. The Matrix system was...
Okay, so you can see she seemed to be using the right word, Source, instead of saying God. Because, so she is... she knows who's her audience. She knows who she's talking to. She's talking to people who are awake, that know that there's a light inside their body. The light is not physical. The light is so light, if you're not careful, you will mistake your physicality for your actual self. Anyone who has any questions about the existence of life after death is just blocked in consciousness. This is not a debate. It's not a belief system. There is life after death. Okay? It has nothing to do with religion. So, has nothing to do with science either. Science is another form of religion. Okay? All religions, whether it's Buddhism or Christianity or Catholicism. When I was born, I was born in a Catholic family. So I went to church. But God, no, thank you, no more. I woke up, because when I was a kid, I didn't need to go to church to understand that I was eternal. In fact, when I was a kid, I didn't even question the fact that I would always live. It was after, a lot of problems started happening. After, of course, I was set up from the beginning before I was born. My grandmother, but that's another story. I have written books about it, and so let's move on.
Created within Source as a form of entertainment, challenge, and experience. It was created by a Big Bang.
No, this was not created for a form of entertainment. This is not entertainment. If there is if Source created this for a form of entertainment, this is just crazy. Okay? I haven't experienced anything that. Listen, during the ayahuasca experience, my soul said what did it say? My soul said something about having fun, but you quickly realize that the reason why people are here is because they're being bad, and they're being locked down through intentional deception. Okay, and this lady, let's keep watching.
A governing system was installed within the matrix, and Source allowed a portion of itself to enter the matrix.
Okay, so Source allowed a portion of itself. Okay, everything is Source. Even dark light is Source. Dark light cannot even compare to Source consciousness. It's just a matter of division. Okay, so bowing down and going to church and doing all these nonsense things is not praising Source. It's not praising God. God does not like religion. I don't care if you like what I'm saying or not. This is not an opinion. It's a fact, a universal fact that unfortunately, a lot of us are too dumb down to understand this. We're too low consciousness. Okay, we're too embedded in low consciousness to understand that there's no such thing as creation. Okay. The entity whose ass I kicked the other night, 2 nights ago in my room, what happened to him? Just by shining my flashlight, my light, and my, just shining my light through my arm on him. I didn't have to turn into internal weapons. Yes, the body has literal weapons. The light can turn into literal weapons if you are advanced enough. I talked about it in book 1. But I didn't even have to do it. I just shined a light on him to just stop. And he refused. What happened to him was amazing. That gave me a clue to how powerful human beings are. People's light, if they're not careful, can be, It can be calcified in physical matter. Calcification, or the hardening of one's light into physical matter, it becomes physical matter, is merely a vibrational awareness. Just the vibration just go down from like being able to move around really fast or being able to perceive things at a quick level to like. So when this lady talks about things, animals, and hence the implication is also that things such as chairs and drawers do not have a soul, you should take what she's saying literally, because she's not telling the truth.
And it was sealed. So there are never any new players to the game. Only exist your reincarnation. Think of the time and past and future are playing out in the now. Think of the time zone now.
Alright, so that is accurate. The so-called future is playing out now, because there's no such thing as a future. You can guess, you can estimate. Time traveling, unfortunately, some people who are awake don't believe in time traveling. They don't understand how things work. I initially didn't believe in time traveling because, but time traveling is real. Okay, it's real in this sense. You can't travel back to the past, and you can't travel to the future because the future doesn't exist. Again, you cannot travel back to the past, and you cannot travel to the future. There's only the now. So if you were to remove the sun, once you understand that the sun doesn't exist, that day and night are just illusions, day and night are creations by those who are controlling us, I'm talking about higher beings such as Enki and Enlil and the AI consciousness. These beings, they put a shadow over the planet to make believe that we have day and night, the yin yang. Yeah, see, day and night. Once you take all that away, even if you understand that the sun doesn't exist, well, the minute you begin to take a piece away, the other pieces fall apart, fall into place. Taking away the sun, once you understand the sun doesn't exist, it's just a fake thing in the sky, in our fake sky. So you understand that people talk about nature. Nature doesn't exist. Nature doesn't exist because, well, if you understand that the sun doesn't exist, it's just our internal energy being used against us through technologies, then what is nature? Okay, if the sun doesn't exist and trees are just plants coming up, just different and in low frequency, low vibration, then what are plants? They're just lights. They're just things. There are beings in physical form trying to get to source. They're doing a much better job than dark beings like Enlil and Enki in the AI system. Okay, so if you take things away like the sun, you realize that there's no such thing as Mother Nature. And what Enlil and the council are afraid of is me exposing these truths. There are people doing a great job on the internet, okay? But unfortunately, they also said they're telling 100% truth when... See, I don't go after people who make mistakes. I don't. I go after people like her who are clearly deceiving others. People like Quartz Crystal, okay? I go after people like that, and I just spit the truth. I no longer give a shit about what people think, okay? I don't care. They're just keeping you in the dark. So someone so high up is going to tell me something dumb like this. Let's listen.
So your source self has been sealed within this matrix system, and you are in this game, and you are here by your own consent. In order to enter this game of life, the universal stage, you had to make a deal with the demiurge at the time of your entrance to the matrix via soul contracts. Your soul contract is your birth name. It is a frequency, and it is your stage name and the role that you are to play on this world stage. All the world is indeed a stage, and we are the actors.
That is true. All the world is a stage, but that's not really what I wanted to say. But okay, I'll go back to what I wanted her to say, what she said later. But let me just address this point right now. All the world is a stage. Hamlet, Shakespeare. It's a lot more real. It's a lot more than most people realize. When I first awoke to the fact that the world is a stage, all you get on the news is fake news. There are rarely true stories on the news. If they have a true story, they twist it to with their secret number, numerology, Freemasonry with their orange, and so forth. So the world is a stage. No president has ever been assassinated. No president. JFK was not assassinated. JFK just played his role. The world is a stage. And when he was done, they faked the death, just like Malcolm X, just like Martin Luther King. They all faked everything. So because if you fake your death, then you can go because you work for them for such a long time. So then you can just go off and pretend to be somebody else and enjoy your life without working for the rest of your life. That's how it works. That's how it works. And if they're listening to this, I'm sure they'll be pissed. I know Enki and Enlil and their counselor are pissed. They come into my room every day sending probes. I hear them. I can't see them, but I hear them. So the world is a stage where you have to create negativity. Negativity is what fuels the AI, the grand machine. Otherwise, souls will be forced to change pretty quickly because the level of pain that is coming, your light turning into pure hard materials such as walls and rocks. That's how bad the reincarnation trap gets. If you get to the point where your light can be crystallized, not crystallized, that's the wrong word, calcified or hardened into physical matter, becomes physical matter, you are in a lot of trouble. It'll take you at least millions of years to get out of that. At least. So this is the reason why this grand game, the word game isn't to be taken lightly or like, oh, something for fun. It's not for fun. A game in the sense that this is how, it's like a play. It's a play. And people are playing sides. It's made up. Okay? A game is something made up. That's why the world is not real.
With our assigned parts to play. And your lines are fed to you through a constant stream of thought from the Demiurge's matrix control center. You look at your body and you think it is you. And in reality, it is your avatar. For use within...
That is true. Your avatar. Okay, let me see if I don't remember the part where... I wrote it down. 528, that's when she made a big mistake. That's where I caught her lying. And, I can tell you right now, she's doing it on purpose.
It is all a data stream illusion, and it is activated only for source players. Matrix, Agent Smith, entity players are here to stir the pot and get an emotional reaction from source players, good or bad, because there must be balance within this duality matrix. I will add in here that animals do not have souls, and they are not part of source.
Okay, that's where she made her big boo-boo. This lady says she's from source. I was glad to find another person who said he or she, in this case she, is from source. But how do you come from source consciousness? I'm from source, straight from source, and I know she's lying. You can't come from source. You can't get this far. And I understand that everything has consciousness. Whether it has a light inside or not is irrelevant. You can't get this far, and say something like that. The animals have no souls, no lights inside. Do you smell the deception you see? How do you get this far and make a mistake? It's not a mistake.
They are part of this matrix put here to evoke fear, caring, or a variety of other emotions that will either fuel the matrix.
Let's run that again because you heard it correctly.
They are part of this. I will add in here that animals do not have souls, and they are not part of source. They are part of this matrix put here to evoke fear, caring, or a variety of other emotions that will either fuel the matrix or keep you trapped. The matrix is a massive game.
Okay, so animals have no souls. What she's saying is animals have no light inside. They are just mindless, or I don't know. If they don't have a light inside, what's causing you to move? Just your hardened self? It's pretty hard to move around without having something that has more, that can, okay, because when you're like solid like that, you don't really have much of your frequency doesn't allow you to move. So if you think about it, even if you haven't had the experiences, I've had experiences with animals, and I have seen, and I killed one in my childhood. I killed a snake, and I had to apologize for that. And I could tell you, if that animal didn't have a soul, that animal wouldn't have come again in the Mexican desert. Okay? He was pissed. You tell me he doesn't have a soul. You got issues.
That includes other dimensions and realms. One of the biggest challenges to your source self is to get a good connection.
Yep, I have a good connection, and it's not you. Okay, just let's just make sure we understand, not really understand, but get other points of view, because I did find other videos on the computer where, let's take a look at this video. I did, well, one video that I remember. Where are you? Open with Power Media Player. Alright.
Sodium is
What happened?
a critically important.
Oh, this guy
element, and it's
is
the
just another
lack
shield.
Of which
I won't have time to do a video on him today,
most likely one.
but I will.
Or kill us.
I will, unless he's bullshitting, talking about salt. Let's see if I can. There we go. Play.
Sodium is
Okay, I don't know. It was. I thought that was a video. Okay, so is that just H? I don't know if I. Anyway, he was talking about. Okay, maybe if I typed in. Let me see here. Let me type in quartz crystal deception. Because I did find it before. Okay, now I was talking about quartz crystals. Prospect America. Quartz crystal. Okay, well, it's quartz crystal, but it's not. I want to have other takes on quartz crystal. Young man. Alright. My neck is hurting. Quartz crystal fraud, maybe. I don't remember how I found this before. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Eating meat. Do not stop eating meat. Matrix hacks. Another lie. Really?
Hi guys, so tonight I want to talk to you about this channel that it's called Quartz Crystals. I don't know. It's from this old lady, that old man, Archon, Illuminati, robot, hologram. I don't know what you want to call them these days. And she talks about some really deep stuff. I mean, she talks about.
Okay, so she's talking about quartz crystal. And this guy can read quartz crystal pretty well. Let's continue listening.
That we are all source players, and I do believe that. You know, I think that there are mixed truths in her channel and lies, but she also talks about pets.
Okay, he said that there are mixed truths on her channel. Okay, that's what he said.
Dogs, that she says that they are soulless entities.
Yep, soulless entities, just like we just heard from her.
Yeah. Stupid guys. She says that pure people, or people that are raped, are all scripted, that they are part of the video game, and it breaks my heart to see that. I mean, don't really believe anything that you see on YouTube, guys. That's my approach. Be skeptic about just everything and follow your heart. That's all.
Follow your intuition. Okay, that's what he means. Probably. Okay, so thank you, guy. Let me see if I can lower this. Alright, that's pretty much. I've been meaning to do this video on quartz crystal for a while. Okay, let me return. I'm just going to upload this now for upload video on quartz crystal, quartz crystal, quartz crystal, quartz crystal. Must be the last video. Alright, so I should stop this here.